girls, guys, it's your girl Ebony. Yes, I'm back for my first blog. My topic for tonight is why don't the world respect transgender women? And kind of started with the gay too, because we all kind of fall together. With some people try to mean like we don't fall together, but we do. We all fall in line together. But anywho, we're gonna focus on the transgender life, and I am transgender, and I've been living my life transgender since '99. From a small town, Clewiston, it's down south. If those of you know, represent to all my home team, and I ventured from there to Orlando, Florida, where Ebony started, where I began. Well, I knew in my life when I was younger who I was and what I was, but at that time I only knew of RuPaul, which I knew that RuPaul was a guy but dressed in women's clothing for entertainment. So, anywho, moving on to Orlando and experiencing different things, seeing different things, watching different things, I ran across a transgender woman. I didn't know. During this time, I would say this like the early 2000s, late 90s kind of sort of thing. So back in that time, transgender wasn't really known. It was known to those who was in that life or was trying to get in that life, but it was really a hush hush. It's like a secretive, because a lot of people at that time, gay wasn't really too much accepted, but it was becoming accepted. So I ventured on in there. I ventured to different places and moved to different places and explored all over Florida. And now I've learned, well, I can't say now I've learned. I've learned, yes I can. I've learned some things. But I knew then at a young age, before going through my transitioning, or some of my transitioning, as they, we're going to get to that later. But I knew as a child who I was and what I wanted to be. And instilling that was the women I grew up around. Majority of my friends was girl. I had one male friend. There was like two gay guys that lived in our community that was older, and everybody respect them. But at the same time, it was more of the mentality that they gave, the respect that they got because of who they were and how they presented themselves to the community. So from that instilled into me, which was on top of being humble, because I'm a Capricorn, majority of Capricorns, some Capricorns are humble, and I have a humble mother. I come from a very humble family. Those of you that know me, know my family is very humble. My mom is, she will give you the shirt off her back, very humble. And I knew what it was to be a woman. And I went through this over time knowing exactly who I was, and what I was going to be. But I didn't know at that time how to do it. So that's when Orlando came. Met a couple girls, good girlfriends. There was one girl that really taught me a lot of putting the woman together. It's keeping me, a fashionista. I had kind of the fashion sense. I knew at that time. I know how to put things together. But to put it together on me, for me to present myself to the world. I was just one girl that I was a good girlfriend of mine. She still is a good girlfriend. We may not talk as much, but she know who she is. She really inspired me to become who I am today. Little do she know it or not, but she created something. I was a shy girl, but I always presented myself well when I stepped out on the gay scene, the straight scene, or whatever scene I was on. I presented myself well because it started home first. The training I got home from my mother, my grandmother, my father, the church mothers. I had to grow up in the church. A lot of girls, majority of the girls come from the church. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to admit it. But a lot of the girls come from the church. You know why? Because we're one of God's special angels. We're special to him. Little people want to hide it and keep it hid, but we are special. But anywho, I've learned to respect myself first. knowing the ability and qualities what a woman is supposed to present. I didn't go through my transitioning to impress some gay male or some homosexual male. No. I didn't do it to get attention from men. And I must say, when I was a bush queen is when, before the transition, before me becoming a woman, I was just a regular gay male. Through my transitioning for myself, not for no one else, not for the gay community, and not for to impress a man or try to get a man. I mean, actually, to be honest, I've got more attention from guys being a bush queen, which is a male, just gay, than being a girl. So it wasn't that. This is who I was within me. I wasn't touched. I wasn't raped. I wasn't so-called pushed or fooled to become who I am today. This is who I am. This is me. I knew for the longest who I was. And my community, my godmother, godparents, church mother, church father, pastor, everybody knew. They knew. It's how I presented myself. Because my grandmother, she was a very prestige woman. Well, she wasn't my grandmother, but she played the role of my grandmother because my biological grandmother, my mother's mother, was passed. So I didn't get to meet her. I heard a lot of stories about her. So the grandmother that I knew of was my mother's great aunt, which to me was my grandmother. Was a fabulous woman. Just gorgeous woman, wore the nicest clothes, the nice things, the nice designer purses, the perfume. And I watched her. So that kind of put me in a perspective of what a woman is all about. And my mother, because my mother, she worked 2 jobs. She came home, cooked, fixed food for her husband, washed. She did everything that a woman was supposed to do as a woman. That's the only way that I know that a woman's supposed to be, is a woman. And through my life, it's coming, it was, my start out was kind of shaky. Because, in time, you're meeting, in the gay life, I was new from a little small town. So I'm learning people, learning things, learning new terms, new lingo, people. And then you learn who your real friends are. So throughout my travels, I traveled everywhere. I've been here. I've been all over Florida. So I've been there. And I learned from then, as a child, what a woman place is. And during that time, when you're gay at the time in that era, you had to be respectable. You had to carry yourself with respect. Because during that time, it was coming in, but it wasn't like it is now. Gay during the time that I was coming up, they weren't playing that, girls. They weren't with the gay stuff. They weren't with all that stuff carrying on during that time when I was coming up. They see you, if a boy didn't like you and he felt like you was too gay for him, or he seen you gay over, they was busting you and they was doing all kind of stuff. But that's, that's going to be another blog. That's going to be another story for that one. But so I learned being a woman is respecting yourself and having the woman ability and qualities. Yeah, we girls go and get our breasts. We go get our body. We go get nose done. We go do all this. And we get all this. And we are beautiful. But at the same time, some of us, not saying all, but some of our sisters are lost. Because they're so lost into the fact of, I'm getting this body, all this butt, all this breasts and all this to get these guys. Or to do this or try to other things which I've done. I've done a lot of things to survive. And I'm sure any girl will do what they have to do to survive. I did that, and I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking those girls who do that. But in their head and in their mind, they feel like that's a woman. It's not a woman. It's not a woman. It's not a woman. You don't get all that stuff to be a woman. The implants, breasts as we call them, buttocks, as they all call them, that don't make a woman. It enhances. It'll beautify you if you feel like you're not to the par of other people's standards, but self come first. It do, but it doesn't make a woman. The mentality, what makes a woman, a real woman. Because you got real women, biological women, that are born with the equipment. Does that make them a woman? No. Especially when they're carrying on doing all kind of other things besides being a woman and take care of the home and then take care of the man and respecting their husband. The husband is the head and you're the tail. You're the tail for a reason. The tail is to sit back, to keep them focused, to keep them on track. That's a woman's job. To make sure the house is put together, make sure things are all together. The man, back in our time, the men work, bring home the bacon, the women cooked it up. A man that don't work, don't eat. That's what I was learned. That's the woman that was taught to me to be a woman, being with a man. So if you got a man in your house and he's not working, and he's not doing, that's not being a woman. You're taking care of this man, you're supplying everything for him. Now, granted, if he was giving you everything and was supplying things for you and he had a downfall and y'all had been in a relationship or married for years, but of course, you step up and you have your husband back until he get himself back together. But to just be there for some man that don't care nothing about you, but just want to just do whatever he want to do with you, that's not being a woman. That's not respecting yourself. That's why society will never, I'll take that back. I'll take that back. I think some girls are coming to terms if it's known to see other girls that are living their life as women. And in the gay life, a lot of the older girls, which the showgirls we call them, our little celebrities, I can somewhat see why some of the girls mend off to themselves, but in the gay life they call it, oh, she's shady, or she is real shady. No, it's not being shady. Y'all just messy. And people grow up. As you get older, you try to pull yourself from the mess and pull yourself to where in time has changed too. So when you catch an older girl that's in their show life and she's not with all that, she's a mature woman. And in our time, we had to be women. To make it in society, to go out in public, to present yourself and do things and work, you had to be together. Now things have changed. It's like whatever now. It's like it's no cause for you to go get the titties in the body now. You can find a gorgeous bush queen, which is a gay male, with a pretty mug, which is his face, and a nice butt. Oh, you're in there now. So just think with yourself. I went through this why. I went through my transitioning why. Why am I have all this? Why do I have breasts? Why do I have body? Why do I have going through this change? What am I doing this for? Am I doing this for a man? Am I doing this for society? What gifts am I going to get? Because I'm the beautiful, I'm the prettiest one, I'm the gorgeous, and the kids just live for me. But at the end of the day, you're miserable. Some, but it's coming for those who don't feel like they are. But some, because we're not really respecting each other for society to even respect us, for one. You know, if you're going to be a woman, I wouldn't say per se move yourself or pull yourself from the gay life. You know, if that's what you're into. And for those that keep up all the problems and you invade into for a butch queen to step out of line, which a gay male to step out of line with you and stuff, because you put yourself there. When you carry yourself like a bush queen, you're going to be treated like a bush queen. If you carry yourself like a woman and like a lady, you're going to be treated like a lady. I will be 39 next year. And to knock on wood, if I had me some wood, I have never in my life, over 10 years of me living as a woman, and the catch and the kids to that, only thing that I have done to myself is facial work. Everything else is still stuff that I have to put together and put there to present myself. And I know how to do it. But what came along with that is the mentality of a woman, a phenomenal woman at that. So when you go and you feel the need to feel like you're that woman, think about it. Evaluate yourself on why you went through that change, or why you want to become a woman, or why you became this woman, or why you did this. Don't do this because of the gays feel like they want to. They're gonna live for you for the moment. Oh, they're gonna throw their heels up for you for the moment. But as soon as you turn your back, you best believe, honey, they is laying you to rest. Because they done laid a lot of us to rest. But you keep on moving. And I care less of what they think of me or what they say about me. Because at the end of the day, what other people eat don't make Eboni Rossmore use the bathroom. I'm going to pardon my French on that one. So I care less of what anybody will say or even think about me. So back to my life. I'll be 39 in January. If I had some wood to knock on, I will knock on wood. I have never in my life been out nowhere where I've been gay bashed. Because I know how to present myself. And I don't have all that. I present to them a lady, a woman, someone with a mentality, and first of all, common sense. I know how to fit in society. I know how to present myself in society. I know how to present myself to people. I know how to present myself around people. I know how to carry myself around people. And a lot of us go and get gay kids, and I thank God for the kids that He placed in my life. And of the ruler of all in your life and in my life, what one thing that my mom instilled in me is put God first. And all my kids and all my travels, I put God first in everything I do. And each one of my kids, my gay kids that He put in my life, they come from Him. They've been a blessing. It's been rough, but at the same time, it's molded out because I know how to present myself, because I put God first in everything I do. I can't say I've never been called out, but yeah, they say it all the time. Oh, even though some of them get it right off the bat and some of them don't, but for those who do, they'll get, oh, that's the man. Okay, and when I woke up this morning, when I was putting on my makeup and when I was doing my hair, I wasn't thinking about you. I wasn't worried about what Farmer John or what Sister Pearl or Sally was going to say if I put this on. What are they going to think of me today? No. I put this on because Eboni wanted to put it on. And I put it on because I can afford to put it on, because I purchased it myself. And I told myself, that's yours, and you can put it on. So I care less of what anybody think of me or what they have to say of me. I've never had any problems. So the only way society and the world is going to respect us girls, we first got to respect ourselves. We got to respect ourselves. We got to go back to our roots. We got to go back to the time where we first was coming up, because there's a lot of hush-hush, because you got a lot of shady girls. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of shady girls. It's a lot of shady girls. But everybody is not shady. Everybody is not out to get you. You gotta, some of us now, it's like we're being kind of accepted now because we're here. We're not going nowhere. The transgender population has grew crazy over the years. So now we got the young ones coming up. Let us girls, the older girls, the girls that some of us that are trying to make a change, let's get together and pull together so we can pull our girls together and let them know that the being a woman is not trying to do all this stuff to make a man happy. You got to make yourself happy. I've worked all my life. Moving to Gainesville, a couple girls down there, girlfriends I got down there, taught me, girl, you can work as a girl. I got a whiff for that. I ain't stopped working as a girl since. Every job I had, and I've been with Wendy since 95. I tell my age, but anywho, I don't care because I look good for my age and I'm still living and I done lived a long life beyond a lot of them. So, anywho, but I've worked as a girl. I go places as a girl. I know how to present myself as a girl. It's about presenting yourself. And being a girl ain't always got to be putting on some hoochie mama stuff. You know, there's different females. I gotta correct myself because I know I'm gonna get a lot of backlash on backlash and all that kind of carrying on this. But I gotta say, you know, there are different women. You got some big women, small women, medium-sized women. You got your ghetto women. You got your hood women. You got your sophisticated women. And you got your professional women. And you just got women. But all in all, for us as transgender women, we first have to respect ourselves. We first have to tone it down. And we first just can't just put ourselves on a silver platter and just hand ourselves to every good looking man that come along. Because all them sweet nothings, honey, is nothing. They don't want nothing but a thrill and an excitement. And I was told long ago by a girlfriend that her gay mother told her that men only look at us as a sex object. And I do believe